Hey everybody out there who's celebrating with us about global kindness going viral. I am so incredibly grateful to all the people who have been just sharing and tweeting and posting and talking and doing what they can do in their corner of the world to make it a little bit better. I love how many people have contacted me and have talked to me about the things that they do every day in their own area. And that's what's so important, is that we just focus on what we can do and stop talking about what we can't. You know, I think that the most important thing that I learned from this experience, and because so many people said, you know, like John Lennon, people say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us and the world will live as one. I believe that with all my heart and soul. I believe that that's going to happen, and I believe this is just the beginning. And it just kind of confirmed it to me, this experience, because when I made the wish, I had no idea how the universe was going to bring that, you know, about. And I knew that it was being divinely put into me. I could feel it. Like I could feel it in my heart that it was really being divinely put into me. Mm-hmm. And that it was for me to accomplish, and that I had a real huge opportunity to show other people what's possible for them if they follow their dream. And that's what this book is all about. It's a step-by-step formula that I did, how I did it. I broke it down with the universal laws, the law of pure potentiality, and the law of detachment, and the law of attraction, and all of the different laws. See, when we live in the laws, everything seems to just flow, you know? And the funny part is, when I start talking about the laws to a lot of people, they are, you know, they're real clear about law of attraction, but they don't know about all the other laws that, you know, are universal, that when we start to apply them. So what I wanted to do tonight was I wanted to give you 7 steps to unleash the inner power, your pure potentiality, so that you can tap in to what's possible for you. Because all we can be is the best us that we can be, you know. And the thing is that we compare ourselves so much, and we judge and we label and we pull ourselves against each other instead of collaborating. And that's what global kindness is all about. And I'm so honored because 2 of my best friends that I'm so incredibly grateful for being here are here, and I just want to give them just a moment to say hello and introduce themselves and tell about the beautiful work that they do in the world, because they're both featured in the book, and I am just incredibly grateful that they're here. I'm going to introduce you just one at a time, because we have Erika here.
Hi.
She'll be talking to you a little bit in a little bit after I talk to you about getting your book done and being your full potential. And Erika, do you want to share a little bit about what it is that you do in the world that's so purposeful and so passionate? I just love what you do. You're so happy.
Oh, thank you so much, Karen. You know, Karen was a guest on my Happiness Telesummit 2 years ago, and it was really beautiful coming together and just being part of happiness. I have the Happiness Telesummit. I have Happy Publishing. And so in Happy Publishing, I basically work with authors, and then we write about topics that show up. And I think one of the other guests was saying, you know, divinely guided, I'm always getting guidance. So I never quite understand exactly where the books come from or why they come or how. I just trust that when they do, that it's meant in a much bigger way. And Happy Publishing is just a full-service publishing house that publishes authors who have a purpose and a mission.
Beautiful. It is a beautiful, beautiful. Isn't it fun to be living your life with purpose and meaning? It's like, isn't it fun to get up in the morning and just know, wow, I'm gonna really help somebody have a wonderful life today.
You know, it's funny. I was in your story, and I was my kids could be loud in the background, but
That's okay. It's life.
I was talking to one of my authors, and I called her and I said, you know what? I'm just calling to be kind.
Aw, good for you.
And she just went, huh?
What?
I said, I'm just calling to be kind. And she went, oh, thank you. And you can feel that. Can you feel the energy of that?
Yeah, the energy shifts.
Yeah.
It's just the thing about it, the thing that I love about, and I'm working on my next book is The Global Kindness, A New Earth, and that's going to be all about the spiritual movement that's been happening with global kindness, because since I started, when I started writing the book, I couldn't stop because people kept contacting me with all the great things that they're doing, and I had to figure out, like, I had to get it published and I had to get it out, and I was like, everybody kept coming to me, and then I said, okay, this is going to be a series. I'm going to just do all kinds of global kindness as a series of books, because there's so much, and you know what, we need these kind of books in our world. We need more and more and more. Just like Erika said, we need people to just call up and say, I'm just calling to be kind. I'm just calling to be kind. My mom would go, what? She'd be, oh, that's very sweet, honey. Are you feeling okay? Everything's good? You don't need something? Nope, just calling to be kind. Well, we have over here my dear friend Astra, and I would love for Astra to share a little bit about, oh gosh, all the wonderful abundance. Astra is an abundance activator. She is the most incredible, gifted, loving person. She's a shaman and just has so many incredible, wonderful gifts, and she's somebody that you definitely want to connect with. All of her contact information, all of Erika's contact information is all in the book. So connect, get together, start to co-create. Things get better when you get together. Hi, Astra.
Hey, Karen. Thank you for having me. And I just want to make sure, can you hear me okay?
Can hear you good.
Oh, good. Okay, great. Yes, so I am a shaman, and for the last, I want to say 7 or 8 years, I've been guided to really connect humankind, to their abundance and even to their money flow. And
Yay.
if you would have asked me 10 years ago, like, are you a money specialist? I would have been like, what are you talking about? But again, like we were saying, it's that divine guidance thing. And I, through my shamanic journeys, I connected with abundance goddesses. Lakshmi was the first one that came, and Abundancia, who's the Roman goddess of abundance and bounty, and then Copia, who's another abundance goddess, as you can tell from the word cornucopia, like the bounty.
Yeah.
And they just kind of kept coming at me, and I finally sat down and listened, and I was like, okay, what am I supposed to do? What am I, why do you guys keep flinging yourselves at me? And they were laughing at me. So as it turns out, and I'm really excited about it, like you were saying, because living with a purpose it makes life tremendously fun and exciting every single day. And so now that I know that, this is really one of my main missions here on Earth, and that I do activate abundance in the people that come to work with me, it's just the most incredible thing. And I recently had a session where, like, I just felt so lucky to be alive, and the shifts and the transformation that took place during our session together, my client and I felt like I was just like a melting pool of gold by the end of the session. That's
beautiful.
And I actually learned how to. I won't go into it too deeply now because I don't want to take up too much time. But I learned how to enter the realm of embracing money. It's an energetic space. And I learned how to enter it. I took my client through. We entered it together. We learned a lot about embracing money and how to do so and what that means. And that's really what kind of cast this golden glow, and I just felt like all of my tension and stress melting away, and it was just the best thing ever. So I shall be traveling back there many times.
So awesome. That's so awesome. So I'm gonna get back to just going over these 7 steps to unleashing the inner power in you and that full pure potential, you know, so that you can really get out there and share your gifts. And the whole purpose, honest to God, I want you to know the reason that this book, that I wrote the book and that I took the months to do the research and to put this all together and to create a Rolodex so that you would have a place that you can just go to as a workbook. A playbook. I don't like the word work. I like playbook, you know. Have a playbook that makes it so every chapter has a play sheet so that you can have action steps and things that are very, very result-oriented. So if you start to read this book and if just one person reads this book and really starts to apply what they learn in this book and they start to transform their life, every minute of it was worth every second to me, because I know that it's going to take all of us stepping up and shining our light, because there's a lot of dark places right now. There are so many places that people just want to look away. They don't want to hear about it. They don't want to think about it. They just want to say, you know, I'm okay right here, but we need to be that light. We need to be the hope. We need to be the global kindness. And I say that over and over again. We are global kindness. We are global kindness united. And what we have done here is absolutely amazing. In such a short amount of time that I've done this in 6 months. And this is just the beginning, guys. This is just the beginning, because I'm starting the Global Kindness TV online series in September, and from there it's going to blow up, because I'm going to be featuring all the people who are in the book so that you can start to make a relationship and have a weekly inspiration break from your mundane to miraculous life. You know, let's have a miraculous life. You know, it's you know, I'm a Kundalini yoga instructor. And when we start to open up our chakras, which are the energy points in everybody's body, nobody doesn't have them. People, you know, some people don't think that they have them, but we all have them. When we open up those chakras and we start to live, I call them the ladder of life. It's from the mundane to the miraculous. And when we really start to focus our energy on what we want more than what we don't want, we start to see those miracles happening everywhere. They happen everywhere. And the thing is a lot of times people just don't take the time to even go, oh, wow, thank you. That was what I was wishing for. Wow, that was what I was hoping for. You know, we go through and we just kind of, the same thing as just when you watch the budding of a flower, you know, you watch the budding of a flower and you're literally watching a miracle happening in front of your eyes. But we're so busy, we're not present to the miraculous that's all around us. So the first one thing that I wrote this down because I wanted to talk about, what do we do to unleash that pure potential? So I called I made little nicknames and fun names for them, and I like the first one is understanding how to build up your understanding muscle. So your understanding muscle is looking at the other person and realizing there is no other person, that person is a part of you, and if they are struggling and they are having a hard time and they are needing somebody to support them, it's a mirror of you. It's shining a light on something that you can be, you can be the answer to somebody's prayer. And so understanding muscle, the understanding muscle, I say, is non-judgment. No judgment. When somebody comes to you with something, don't try to solve their problem and don't try to analyze or criticize. Just listen and just ask them. Just gently ask them, is that what you want to create? Is that what you would like to create? Because that's the gentleness of the understanding muscle. And then I wanted to put that in with getting your book done. Be so gentle with yourself and give yourself an hour a day to just let divine inspired writing come through you. Don't try to grammatically be perfect. Don't try to edit yourself. Just give yourself an hour a day. I promise you, if you give yourself an hour a day of understanding and gentleness, the book will come through you. It will just enter and it will download through your crown, and you will just go, I love this. This is so great. I love this. And one of the things I think is, so important about being gentle with yourself and understanding with yourself and understanding with everyone in your life is when we bring that acceptance into our everyday life, we really start to see how incredibly important it is to be who we really are and not have a social mask. Just be who we really are. And then as we continue to be comfortable, non-judgment, we start to see other people reaching out to us and sharing their story and sharing their dream and sharing their desire. And so many people, when I told them I wrote this book, said, I want to write a book. So that's what I decided to rebrand myself and to be a messenger's mentor. I want to help people who have a message. I want to help them. I want to teach them what I've learned so that they can take their message, because everyone's message is important. Everyone's message is important. Everything you say and do and feel is important. And so the next muscle is faith in myself muscle. So that faith in myself muscle is just taking a half an hour in the morning and a half an hour at night. Some people can only do 10 minutes. Some people can do 5 minutes. And get in the gap. Get in that space. The space where you can be still and where you can hear divine guidance, where you can feel divine guidance, and then you will be able to write. You will be able to, because it will be a calling that you cannot prevent. It's something you can't stop. You can't stop the flow of a river, and you can't stop the flow of creativity when you allow your divine guidance to come through.
Can I comment there, Karen?
Absolutely, yes.
So one of the things that you said that I felt like people could have trouble with is that you said, and you'll love what comes through.
Yeah.
Because quite frankly, some of us don't love what comes through. And so there could have been times when people criticized us when we were younger.
Right.
And so that committing to the same time every day, all the guides and angels and everything will come together for you.
Yes.
I also find that after 21 days of straight, say it's 6 a.m. or 6 p.m., same time every day, when you do the same time every day, and it could be an hour, it could be 25 minutes.
Right.
But if you start at the same time every day, you're going to start feeling that push and that pull. And after about 21 days, if you stay committed to it, it will get easier and easier. And don't feel like you have to like what comes in.
Right.
Because that's a different part that editing part of us is completely different from the creative part. And so allow it, like I was listening to Shania Twain, and she's like, I let myself write really bad songs. I sit on the porch and I write horrible songs. And then after 5 or 6 really piece of crap songs, a really cool song will come in. Yeah. And so you want to separate that whole thing of judgment and needing to celebrate whatever you write. Right. Let go of needing that what, I don't know what that is. That's like Big Sister says it's good or something. Yeah. You know? Because as it's coming in and as you're being guided to write it, it's going to have its own consciousness, which I'm still shocked when I read my 2011 book. I'm like, how did I even write this? It's so beautiful. Yeah. I look at it and I go, how did that even happen? Do you know? It's so like, awesome. Right? It's like, yeah. And that's what, I know you were talking about that, because you're talking about that divinity that sparks. Yes, yeah. And that's what that is. But you may or may not get its beauty initially. That was the only thing I wanted to kind of add to that. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and that's the thing, too. That's what I mean. That was what I was trying to say about getting in the gap where you can be in a place of non-judgment, especially to yourself, being kind to yourself and letting what comes through come through. And, you know, I remember my first book, when I published my first book, my hands were like shaking when I sent it to my editor. I mean, I was just terrified because I was playing the old tape in my head that my 7th grade teacher said, told me I was not a good writer, told me I should not write because I was not creative. I was too creative. That was what she said. And that, and then my art teacher said we shouldn't have purple trees, you know. And so I was, you know, I was just playing that old tape in my head, and I said, you know, I got to divine guidance. I got to the space of quiet, to that non-judgment, to that gap where I could listen and be still and not judge myself. And I just said, you know what? This just needs to come through, and this is what I'm gonna need to do. And yeah, that was the next part is, I know that I like what I'm doing, muscle. I know that I like what I'm doing, muscle. So, you know, just let yourself enjoy what you're doing. There's what's called 3 states of doing, the awakened doing. And the first state is acceptance. The second state of doing something is enjoyment. And then when you get to the third stage, it's enthusiasm. So, you know, when we start to worry about doing something and we don't want to do something, we procrastinate and we procrastinate and we don't want to do it, we don't want to do it. But when we bring acceptance into it, we just go, oh, you know what, I got to do it. It's got to get done, I'm going to do it. So we bring acceptance into it. This is my experience. I love this kind of analogy because this is what I did. My daughter and my husband, before my daughter went to college, they used to leave the kitchen filthy, and I would get so frustrated because the dishes weren't done, and I would be like, I just did those dishes. Why are they not washing their dishes? I'd get so frustrated. And I would just slam things around the house, and instead of saying what was upsetting me, I wouldn't do it. I would just wash the dishes in a bad, you know, like irritated way. And that was my kind of acceptance. That was my level of acceptance. I had to accept this was what was happening. But then I thought, you know what? I can bring enjoyment into this. So I went and got myself some lavender soap so that when I was washing the dishes, I had, you know, a nice, beautiful fragrance. And then I hung a little hummingbird feeder outside of where I was washing the dishes so that when I was washing the dishes, I was more present and I was more enjoying. I was bringing enjoyment into it. You know, I was saying, all right, this is what I'm doing, and I'm grateful. And I'm grateful that I have this soap, and I'm grateful that I have the water to wash the dishes, and you know, I got to that place. And then I brought in enthusiasm to the place where I said, you know what?
I'm going to talk to them about this, and I'm going to let them know that, that I've been washing the dishes and that I'd like it if they could do it. And they were just like, oh, sorry, yeah, I'll do it. They didn't even know I was upset. Do you see? And that's what's so funny about, that's what's so funny about, that whole thing is so I want to bring that into when you're writing your book, bring some kind, don't procrastinate about it. Bring yourself at least to the notebook and start writing something, and just like Erika said, don't edit yourself. Let it come through. Let it be at the same time of the day so that you can receive divine guidance, and let it be something that you bring enjoyment to, and eventually you'll bring enthusiasm to it, and you'll be so excited and happy that you did that, and you'll be so grateful that you did. And then the next one is your honesty muscle. And just be honest with yourself, be honest. Why do you want to write the book? Why have you wanted to write the book for so long, Why has this been in your heart? Because it was placed in you to accomplish. That's why it's in you. That's why the dream's there. That's why the visions are there. That's why you continually have the same message that you want to share. That's because nobody can share your message the way you can. I'd just love to hear a little tidbit of what Astra has to say about that.
Well, it's so funny as I was listening to this section, because I've been being guided to write a book for years now, and I've written many ebooks, the little kind of little ebooks here and there, and of course probably a bazillion blog posts and millions of newsletters and all of this, but there is that, and it's of course totally divine timing that I'm on this call with you for additional reasons besides the obvious ones, because there is a book and it does want to come through me. And when I realized that was your kind of focus of the call, I went, oh. So I was just like, and it's so funny what you said about the dream being placed in you, and that's why the same message keeps wanting to come out. Because it's like
listening gets louder.
Yeah, right. And I mean, so mine is obviously connecting to abundance, including money, but including, creating the life you desire and realizing your dreams and all of the things that come with living an abundant life. And I mean, they won't shut up. The messages won't shut up, and I keep working with them. I keep working with people and bringing it in. But there is a book.
Right, because you know why? It's so incredibly needed.
Yeah.
We have such a scarcity mindset. I mean, as a society, we have a scarcity mindset. Even with the bajillionaires, that there's, we still have this mindset. Oh, well, that's just for them. It's so important. I will be your little chirping bird in your ear.
Tweet, tweet. Thank you. I need one.
I'll
be my hummingbird.
Yeah, that little hummingbird, so we can bring enjoyment and enthusiasm to each other's life, and that is the divine. When we connect like this, it is a divine assignment, and the three of us being here, it doesn't.
What shows up for me is ask the book to make sure that it brings you money.
Yeah.
Just don't even, and don't listen to anything. And it won't be linear. It won't be linear. So it brings you money because it's going to sell at $1 each for 15 million times. It could be that it brings you 17 new people into your world, or it could bring you this. So say to the book, you know what, I'm getting a little interested in you. It's really important to me that you bring me money. Just be really clear. Say, book, bring me money. Because in that, do you feel the change of that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because what happens in our society so often is a book drains you.
Yeah.
It takes from you because it pulls your energy into it. And if you don't tell it you want it to make you money, it isn't clear about that. And so it doesn't feel the need to do that. And that's okay. I'm not saying every book needs to make money for every person.
Right.
But for you,
yes.
since what you teach is this, be exceptionally clear.
I
say, you know what? I am so excited about you, and start bringing me money now. And just give it that job. And now, oh, do you feel the change?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my
the
gosh.
energy's just like,
Oh, baby.
passing
Oh,
out.
yeah, right? Do you feel that?
Yeah.
Oh,
started
oh. It's like I get to make money? Hell yes.
Yes.
Not maybe.
Right.
Not it could be. And you don't need to know how, by the way. That's silly. Don't
Yeah.
try to figure it out.
Yeah.
Because anything you need to understand cognitively will never happen. Okay?
Right. And don't limit things.
It takes too long.
Right.
It takes way too long to try to learn the methodology and the formulaic way of having books
Yeah.
just be like, okay, book, you sound like a lot of fun. Are you willing to also bring me lots and lots and lots of money? And when it's ready, then say, okay, I will birth you.
When it,
Doesn't that feel different?
It really does.
oh
Baby.
This is definitely the
really
right
does.
book launch party for me.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
Feel
awesome.
it? Oh my gosh, it's so excited.
That kind of segues into what I was talking about next is the highest and best good.
Oh, thank you.
The highest and best good. So when you start writing the book to yourself, just like Erika just said, start to have a relationship with this book, just like she was saying, and what is going to be the highest and best good that this book can do. And don't limit the universe, because the universe is infinitely abundant, and we are the only ones who limit what comes to us. Right. I know that. I totally have figured that out, and it's still something I'm working with, and I'm grateful because I am grateful for what I have been able to create, and I know that the money is on the way because I have shifted.
Mm-hmm.
But it's still that same, I'm so grateful, and I know it's important that comes too. It's all part of it, and then the last part was living in joy and in possibility. Endless possibility. See, the only thing that limits us is our mind. It's our brain. Our brain is the only thing that limits us. And beautiful Erika has shared that with us in such a beautiful and such a poignant and profound way. I'd like to hear what Astra thinks about what she heard.
From Erika?
Yeah, just tonight, what you heard. Yeah.
It makes perfect sense. It makes perfect sense. I mean, because
I didn't talk to the book like that.
Well, now you can.
I was like, I just want Global Kindness to go viral. I didn't talk to the book like that, and the book did exactly what I asked it to.
Exactly. That's exactly right, and that really feels, and I'm just so grateful. Thank you. And
I can change my mind, right, Erika? I can make it. I can still say that I would like the book to make me money, right?
You know what? I think if you
it's just the first day.
What you could say is, because I mean,
unexpected
Astra,
and expected ways.
It really, for Astra, it really feels like an integral component.
Uh-huh.
Like it feels like it just took the book's so happy. Like, oh, I get to make her money. Like it's like, can you feel the energy of that? It's just like it's so happy because that's really something that the book will teach. And so it wants to role model that. It's like it wants to be, that's like part of its beingness, right?
Yeah, in fact, it's funny that you say the book is happy, and I get a sense of the book. Just like, oh, thank goodness someone was here to give her the message, because I've been sitting here, I've been talking to her for so long, and boy, is she slow.
Well, you know what? I think we're all pretty much thick-headed when it comes to our own, evolution. Certainly I have the same things, that have to like kick my patootie. So, for you, Karen, I would say every day you can talk to your book and just ask it, like, what else is possible?
What else is possible?
What could be,
that energy.
How can it contribute to the world, and how can it contribute to your life?
Yeah.
And so with the money, that specific book, I don't get that like came in really loud and clear, but it also feels like there's endless possibilities. Like that book, because that book already has this whole mission in its world. Like that book feels like its intention is kindness, and it feels like that.
When I started the intention of Global Kindness, it was to get exposure and shine a light on all the good things that people are doing. And I feel like I did the book did exactly what I asked it to.
Yeah.
And, I mean, 9 million people talking about it. Yeah.
For you is that to not limit it to the book. Yeah. So what I'm being shown for you to ask for money is just to say, universe, what things could I focus on that would bring in money? And it could be
helping clients.
Yeah, I mean, it could be one-on-one. I'm getting one-on-one sessions feel pretty light.
That's what I felt like too.
Okay, cool. Yeah, because
and teaching people like a lot of the people to learn technology, teaching them how to do Google Hangouts, how to do their own show, how to write their own Kindle, how to do their own stuff.
That feels like money.
That feels like that was what was kind of.
Does that feel like abundance?
It felt like it was it just felt like it was kind of like it's evolving, It's kind of like it's evolving. And I'm getting to a space where I think the more I have, the more I can give, and the more I can do, and the more I can change the world. And because I have these creative and incredible gifts, it's not fair for me not to share them.
Mm-hmm. Can you imagine a 7th grade teacher saying you're too creative?
That's just silly.
Oh my gosh! Like that's even possible.
Just think about what her life must have been like,
Yeah, sending love.
Yeah,
sending love to her.
Yeah. I think about her all the time. I think, wow, she was really a miserable woman. She must have had a miserable life.
Yeah.
But she really did kind of break my spirit, and for many years I didn't want to write because I was scared. Yeah. And it was when I got in touch with my spiritual self and my higher self and my pure potential that I felt that I had the courage to even start to put a pen to paper. I was always writing, but I was never comfortable about the fact that I was going to write a book and it was going to be seen by millions of people. That was a big scary thing for me. And then conquering that with my first book was so amazing, because when I had people contact me and say, oh my God, like you totally changed my life, everything that you said I went through, and I just am so grateful that you wrote it. It's like, I think that's what I say to a lot of my clients now. I say, you could totally change somebody's life with your painful experience. Mm-hmm. You could totally change somebody's life. And
you know what else? Something shows up for me?
Yeah, it's just, I think it's kind of like selfish not to write it, right?
Well, one of the things, I had one client, and she was so convinced her writing was like, she called it like a piece of crap. Like, she just was sure her writing, it wasn't her, she said. And she's like, it's not me, it's my writing. And I said, okay, well, could anything you create really, because she was so flippin' beautiful. I mean, her whole essence, she lives in Hawaii, she helps people, she's a coach, she's insanely connected. Like, you could, I'm showing you her energy right now, and I can just feel how beautiful it is. And I'm like, how could anything that comes out of you not be that? Do you see?
Yeah.
And people get shown these crazy things.
And we believe those limiting beliefs.
But it's like you can't. And I think about that myself when I criticize my own writing. How could I write something horrible?
Yeah.
Right? Like, I'm a magical being.
Right.
And so how could anything that comes out of me and be part of my essence be technically a piece of that? And yet we get shown that, and it's impossible. It's actually not possible. For the stuff that comes through when you're in your zone, and I'm not talking about like your zone of being on cocaine.
Right.
I had an author give me a manuscript that she wrote fully, like,
whoa, fully loaded.
She was 23. It was like one long sentence. And I'm like, you know what? I can't publish that. That's really interesting. You know?
Oh, wow.
But if you're in your zone and you're in that space of you, and I mean, really, how could anything come out of you be anything less than insanely beautiful in some way?
Right.
Whether or not your grammar's perfect, right? And some songs that make it are not actually perfect.
Right.
They're weird, or they're different.
Yeah. They just have a catchy beat.
Or they're off, or they're strange, or they reveal insecurity, or but they hit some chord. And so in that chord of striking and I think you're really speaking to it when you're saying be true to you.
Yeah.
In that, the beauty is just so big. It can't be other than that, really.
Yeah.
You know?
It's beautiful. So, so beautiful.
So keep writing.
Yeah. Well, I'm never going to stop writing, because now I know, that's what I mean, that's the thing. And one of the biggest reasons that I wrote the book was so that other people would have a step-by-step, so that they could just say, okay, if I sit down over the weekend and I do all the stuff that's in this book, I could totally have a book done by the end of the weekend, And that's what I want people to see, how really fun and joyful and easy it is. And so that we can really create a world, co-create the kind of world that we want, and stop focusing on how things are not working and focus on the things that are working to the best of our ability. So as we're going to be closing here soon, so I wanted to give you each an opportunity, and I also wanted to let people know that I will be sending out information about the Global Kindness TV that's going to start in September. Please feel free to message me on globalkindnesstv.org, and you can send me a message on the contact page if you have somebody that you feel would be a great guest, or somebody that you just know needs to have some light shined on their organization or the work that they're doing in the world. I'm all about helping people get their message out. I've learned how to do that in a big way, obviously, now. and so I really want to, that's what I know Spirit has called me to do. And I'm just going to follow what Erika said and start saying, I know that there's going to be more, and what else is possible? That's going to be my mantra. What else is possible? It's what else is possible from here on in. How much more possible can it get?
Coming out of like show tunes, like, the Sound of Music or something.
Yeah. It's all possible.
The impossible dream. No longer an impossible dream.
Wasn't that in Cinderella too? It's possible. About 8 white mice couldn't become 8 white horses.
Yes, exactly. And that's so cool. And you know what? That's why I love Erika's energy, because she's always about what else is possible.
Because I'm strange, no?
What else could we create? What else could we do? How much more fun can we have? And the two most fun energy people are the ones who, I had like 30 people that I had on lists asking to pop in here for today to be in the hangout, and everybody was, I'm busy, I can't be there, I'm sorry.
Yeah, 1 year from now at Astra's book launch, I'm a helper.
Yes.
Yes.
And she's gonna make a lot
All right,
of
Astra.
money.
Well, Astra, tell us about some of the programs that you have going right now, other than the book, because Astra, I'm in her Money Moxie Club, which she has an amazing way of shifting abundance, the same that Erika was sharing about us, but she teaches it in a really gentle, fun, easygoing way that was easy for me, because I have a lot of issues around money not being spiritual. And which is really kind of I was raised Roman Catholic, and so there's a lot of that plays in my head, and so I love a lot. Let's just get into that a little bit, Astra, because you're just the expert on that, and you've been so amazingly helpful for me in shifting that beliefs. And so I know it's on its way.
What, the book or the money?
No, the book's already here. Now it's time for it to make some. It's time for it to make money. Yeah.
So man, we got to know each other before this Money Moxie Connection Club even was created. So we've been talking about this. I feel like it's been years, maybe not that long, but yeah, like it really started to come through for me that so many, and my clientele are basically spiritual entrepreneurs. So it's kind of a funny dichotomy because they're entrepreneurs and they have businesses, and businesses are here to make them money, but they're spiritual. So they're wanting to help people and support people in, feeling happier, being empowered, feeling confident, whatever their specific business is. So that they're always like, putting their stuff out in the world, and so often not being in that receiving mode and being open to money flows. So, and even maybe like kind of giving their services away for free, or or being a little bit unbalanced in giving too much for free and not charging, for enough of what they're doing. So that really started to kind of interest me and tweak my interest, which, there's obviously a reason for that. So I started to work with what I call them soulpreneurs, so the soul-centered entrepreneurs, and it did. All of these patterns started to show themselves to me about the reasons that they felt that money wasn't spiritual, and it went beyond. It had to do with what we're taught in this life, but it started to go beyond that, and like what we were taught in past lives, as like when we were like nuns and monks, or witches, and being punished and not being allowed to prosper from our gifts, and instead being punished or killed or banished from the town, or whatever the punishment was for whatever the area or the time era. And so I really started to intentionally make that my purpose, and working with groups and working individually one-on-one, I started to work with my soulpreneurs to help them really uncover those hidden deep blocks, whether it's something they were taught in this life, from society, from family, ancestry, whatever it was, or past life stuff. We were able to pinpoint it really fast, and uncover it, unearth it, bring it up, and go, here's that little sucker that's been hiding for 200 years. and or 50 years or 3 years, and so it's very much the way I work with people, whether it's in groups or one-on-one. It's very organic, because it's always like we go where the energy needs us to go.
You're coming in and out, Astra.
Oh,
maybe get your little Mikey.
My Mikey. Hey, Mikey.
Get your little Mikey. You're coming in and out.
Still?
Nope, it's a little better now.
Okay, so sometimes my energy makes technology go crazy, so.
Oh, I get that.
Yeah. About that, I will try to calm, because I get so hyped up about what I'm talking about, because it's so exciting.
And the three of us together, where it's like, there's a funky little shop, funky little shack.
Little place. So yeah, talk a little louder, sugar. Okay, so Anyway, so I will just get right to the...
We're going to have a karaoke hangout soon, huh?
I was thinking about that today. I'm so serious.
I wrote it down. Soulpreneurs.
So real quick, now we're just
we're all giggly.
I'm gonna write that. Soulpreneurs, #1 bestseller.
#1 bestseller.
Yes, open to the flow. So right now, so what we're doing right now is the Money Moxie Connection Club, and Karen is a member, and she's been working with me for a while as one of my soulpreneur clientele as well. And yeah, so basically we meet in a secret or private Facebook.
Just let them know how they can get in touch with you, Astra.
Okay, so my website is oneexpansion.com. One is ONE spelled out, oneexpansion.com, and look for the link that says Join the Money Moxie Connection Club, and you can read all about it. It's for us spiritual folk, and we are connecting to our prosperity and opening to money flow together.
Yeah, and then we also have our summer festival that starts tomorrow too. Did you want to say anything about that?
Yes, so if you go to the energyvillageinternational.com website, energyvillageinternational.com, you will see under the events page our event that starts tomorrow, and there's a link where you can sign up to join. Once you sign up to join, it's called the Virtual Summer Festival, and the theme is actually abundance this time. And once you sign up through the link to join, you will receive a welcome email. And in the welcome email is a free gift from Energy Village International, which is our Soulpreneur website. And also there's a link to our new Facebook community for Energy Village. That's where you want to go, request to join there, because our festival takes place in the Facebook group. We start tomorrow and we go through Friday, and it's going to be so fun.
Awesome.
Awesome, and then let's have a little bit of what Erika's up to now.
Well,
People can get in touch with you.
So my website started on Saturday. So
oh, how fun!
So, yeah, one of my authors built it for me because she was really tired of me not having one. So it's called happypublishing.net, and my author Ashley Stamatino's built it for me. So it's got her lovely energy in it. She's an energy sensitive, so it's very sensitive. Happypublishing.net. It's really
beautiful.
It's completely not done because I haven't even gotten into every page and fixed it. It just went live on Saturday, so it's brand new.
How can they connect with you on Facebook and Twitter?
Yeah, I'm at Facebook. My name Erika Glessing. I have I think over 50,000 fans on my happiness quotations page.
Wow.
Yeah, I have maybe 20,000 people on Twitter, so I'm at Erika Glessing. I'm a little bit silly on Twitter. I'm a little bit Queen Latifah, so watch out on that one.
I love her.
Well, I got a little bit of, a little bit of my soul comes out on Twitter. I can't explain it. And, yeah, I got a little bit of that. And so I'm looking at creating the Erika Glessing show next year, so it's going to launch in January. It's my own television show, so I don't really have too much more to say on that, except it's going to be kind of medium and fun and publishing and authors and creativity and happiness. So
we need more of that in the world. Thank you, Erika.
Exciting.
That's so awesome. I want to thank you guys so much. Thank you for being here with me and celebrating global kindness going viral. This is just the beginning. What else is possible, right? What else is possible for all of us?
Thank you for being so kind.
Oh.
And for being awesome.
Yeah.
I love you guys so much, and I'm so grateful that we're on this journey together, and I'm ready to come into the abundance too, Erika, so thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
I was a little firm with Astra.
Yeah. Oh my. I'm like gonna go do jumping jacks after this.
I felt like the shift. I really did. I felt like there was such a shift in my energy because, you know, and honestly, I only had one person who has written a review, and I want to thank him because it was so beautiful. So he's the one who's going to win the raffle of my autographed copy of Global Kindness Going Viral, and that's Steven Sutton, and he's been the greatest fan for me and the kindest man and the sweetest friend, and has been just tweeting and sharing and doing everything he can, so he's going to get that. So Steve, if you're watching right now, know that my heart and soul is so, so grateful for you, and that I will be, you know, I have your email, so I'll get in touch with you and I'll find out where I need to mail the book. And also, I just am so grateful to all the people today that shared, that tweeted, that Instagrammed, that used social media for a greater good. I have just begun. We just started to scratch the surface because, as Erika so beautifully said, what else is possible? This is going to be so big, so much bigger than any of us can even fathom, because the universe is more than we can ever even understand. So I just want personally to thank Erika and Astra, really from the bottom of my heart, for taking the time out to be here with me today. I couldn't have asked for two more beautiful souls to celebrate this incredible revolution. You know, we have created a global kindness revolution, and this is just the beginning. You know, what we did today is just one day in a huge future of what we're going to be able to do. Right, Erika? I love your energy, and I love all your enthusiasm, and I'm so incredibly excited for all the great things, and I can't wait to see you on TV. That's going to be awesome, and I'm going to hold that vision with you.
Thank
and
you.
Astra, I'm going to be making your best-selling book, Moxie.
Yes, yes, yes. Oh my goodness.
I'm honoring you and so grateful for you for sharing this out loud into the universe, because
really
now
brave.
we got that recorded, sister.
Oh, Wait, no, I'm just kidding.
So sweet.
The universe heard you loud and clear.
Oh my! I almost forgot we were recording.
Yes, we're recording. So anyway, we're done because I gotta close out here. But
Okay.
say a quick goodbye, everybody.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you, Erika.
You too. Bye.
I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your night.
Thank you.
Yeah. Bye.
Lots of love.